Hey guys, SuperHorrorBro Mike here, and in today's video we are looking at some new Five Nights at Freddy's news that just broke today. There's been quite a lot of news videos to do with Five Nights at Freddy's recently because obviously we've just had the big anniversary for FNAF 1. This news isn't actually related to the new game security breach, but rather the community as a whole, or specifically the game development side of the Five Nights at Freddy's community. It's actually really cool, and it's something that creator Scott Cawthon is doing called the Fazbear Fanverse initiative. Now, this is basically going to allow games developers of certain games to get actual funding to bring their games to consoles, make merchandise, and remaster their games brand new for a new audience. I'll read Scott's basic statement on this, but it's a very exciting concept that I don't think has ever been done by anyone before. And once I've read you his statement of what this thing actually is, it'll be a lot clearer to you guys, and then we'll have a little discussion afterwards about that. This is available on Reddit, and this is Scott Cawthon's statement on the Fazbear Fanverse initiative. Hey guys, I wanted to tell you all about a little project that I've been working on for a while now. It's a giant collaboration involving several fan game creators who have made some of the most popular fan games over the years here in the community. It's a project that's designed to invest into those franchises, give back to developers, and hopefully bring new entries to those franchises as well. There have been some great fan-made spin-off universes created in this community, and I wanted to see them keep growing. And that's why I've put some of my own cash toward development of new games in those game series. However, I'm going to stay out of the development side of things so that these creators can do their own thing. They're going to develop these games and interact with the fanbase just as they would have normally, and when the games are done, they'll be released on GameJolt for free, just as normal. The difference now is that they'll also be bundled with other games from the same series, such as classic versions or remakes or mini-games, and sold on most major consoles and mobile as well. At least, that's the plan. Did I mention there may be some toys and other merchandise of these fan games too? So what's the initial lineup? Emil will bring you Five Nights at Candy's 4, Nixon will be bringing you the Joy of Creation Ignited Collection, Kane will bring you Pop Goes Evergreen, Jonochrome will be bringing One Night at Flumpty's 3, and finally, Fiznum will be bringing you a reimagining of the original FNAF. Since some of the older fan games may have used some copyright assets or assets created by other people, some are getting remade in part or remade entirely. Some are being remade completely from scratch with new character designs, new sound design, and new artwork. It's a big project on the part of all of these creators, so please show these developers some support. I want to see these games on consoles, and then maybe, if all goes well, I can add more fan games to this project in the future. So yeah, I'd really like to see this turn into something cool. What do you think? Well, personally, I think this is a really sort of like forward-thinking and sort of original concept on Scott's part. Basically what he's done here is said, hey, I really like some of these fan games being made, I realise how important they are to, you know, keeping the Five Nights at Freddy's series sort of alive and kicking and popular between the games that I make, and so I want to give back to that community in part, give them some money to fund remade, you know, better improved versions of their older games. In the part of like the Jonochrome and his One Night at Flumpty's, he's actually getting to make a brand new game in that series, and he's put up a teaser today which looks pretty cool, and that sort of shows that, you know, he's bringing this game back with new improved visuals and everything. I don't know how much they'll be revised and remade, some of these games, but I imagine as they're being funded by Scott, some of the changes we'll see with these games like Joy of Creation and stuff, for example, will be quite substantial. We're also getting Five Nights at Candy's 4 now. I thought Five Nights at Candy's remake was one of the best Five Nights at Freddy's fan games I'd ever sort of played, so that's the one that I'm personally most excited about. But I will be playing all of these games, I should imagine, because I'm quite excited to see what comes of this funding and what comes from these talented developers making these games. We've got a new Pop Goes Evergreen. I imagine that's kind of a remake of the original Pop Goes game. But yeah, this should be good. As I say, you know, this isn't something that gets done normally in the games industry. First of all, I've never seen fan games appear on consoles before, unless someone can correct me in the comments below, but I could be wrong there, but I don't think fan games usually come to console. They're usually just homebrew projects on PC, so to see them come to console and mobile is really cool. But what really surprised me with this statement was that Scott said there'll actually be merchandise based off these fan games. Now that's pretty cool. Seeing merchandise of a fan game alongside, you know, legit official Five Nights at Freddy's merchandise on the shelves is going to be quite weird, but seeing as some of these developers actually have like really cool designs for their sort of versions of FNAF, I actually think it will work really well. And I think this is quite a clever move on Scott's part, because not only will it give back to the fan base, give back to the community, give back to the developers working on these games, but it will also keep his game sort of series relevant. It will keep Five Nights at Freddy's relevant for years to come, because these fan games will now fill in the gaps between Scott's mainline releases, and also the merchandise from them will sort of fill in gaps between mainline games too. And so it will sort of keep Five Nights at Freddy's going in the future, and maybe there will become a point where Scott says, hey, I'm going to hand over the reins of this franchise, you know, in 10 or 20 years to the fans, to the community, and let you guys run with it and see where you take it. I mean, that would be the sort of end game, I imagine, at some point. But it's exciting, isn't it, to see all of this. It's not something I imagined would ever see from any developer, and I actually have a lot of respect. Obviously, Scott is a guy that does a lot for charities, does a lot for people who enjoy his games, and the fact that he's paying out of his own pocket to get these games made and onto store shelves in the form of merchandise is just really crazy. So I woke up, I saw this, and I thought some of you guys really need to hear about this. Maybe you're not on Reddit or Twitter, maybe you just haven't heard about it in general, and I thought maybe you just bring it to the channel as a news story today. Let me know, of course, in the comments below which of these fan games you're most excited for. Like, everyone has a favorite. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to that Five Nights at Candy's remake. I've never properly played Pop Goes games, so I am kind of intrigued to see, you know, what this remake will bring to that, because I only played Pop Goes one time like years ago, and so yeah, I am looking forward to that one as well. And of course, Joy of Creation, I mean, we've got Nixon on that. He's now working on a game project that I sort of work on the trailers for, which was Dark Deception, of course, and you know, really love Dark Deception, big fan of that, and so looking forward to seeing his influence with a new Joy of Creation, well, a newly sort of remade Joy of Creation there, which is bound to have, I imagine, new features, new character models, new environments, new graphics, all that kind of, you know, fun stuff. So that's another one. I mean, most of these I'm really looking forward to. One Night at Flumpty's was always cool because of its sort of comedy take on Five Nights at Freddy's and its unique art style, which I actually found a little bit creepier than regular Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, One Night at Flumpty's always like really creeped me out because of the way it looked and sounded and stuff like that. But let me know, you know, which one you're looking forward to the most down below and why, perhaps. Before I go today, guys, I also wanted to say a quick shout out to my own Twitter, trying to get a few more people following me on there and growing it a little bit. And also, if you have missed the latest FNAF Explained video, we just covered the puppet yesterday, so remember to check that video out. But with that said, guys, I think I will bring the video to a close there. If you have enjoyed today's video, remember to leave a like, comment down below and let me know what you think about all of this, and of course subscribe for more horror related content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you all on the next video.